One thing I've always loved about soups is the variety. There's always a new flavour to try, whether that's cream of tomato, cream of mushroom, cream of galaxy, minestrone. Wait a second. In this video, we'll be talking about this, cream of galaxy by Basqueland. I'll be covering what it looks like, how it tastes, how it smells, and most importantly, whether it's a good pick for you. Let's get cracking. The main reason I picked up this can, the main reason I'm excited to try this can is it looks like a can of soup. It's close enough to the Campbell's design that it's not, it's pretty unmistakable what we're talking about. It's far enough off a few subtle tweaks here and there that they avoid any copyright issues, either with Campbell's themselves or Heinz or with the estate of Andy Warhol. We've got the flavour here, cream of galaxy, and this is part of a series that Basqueland has produced, dealing with individual hops in turn, really sort of showcasing that individual hop and the effects, the aroma, the flavour profile that it can bring. We can see, looking at the ingredients list here, that this beer contains both gluten and lactose, so if you're a celiac or if you're a vegan, unfortunately this beer is not for you. We also see that it's been artificially carbonated, which is interesting both because it's not something that you necessarily see all that often, but also it's unusual to see CO2 listed as an ingredient as opposed to just a part of the process. So either they've just got very strict reporting requirements in the Basque Country, or they've added so much CO2 that it's going to have an impact on the flavour. We'll see. So we're going to start with the visuals, looking at how this beer looks visually, and you can see there it's very hazy, a sort of deep orange in colour, but yeah, completely cloudy. There's very little light getting through that. The head is pillowy and thick and white, and it looks very appetizing. This looks a little bit like a cartoon, how beer looks in cartoons, which is always quite appealing. The aroma on this one is interesting because I made that point earlier about the CO2 being listed in the ingredients and how that might have an impact. And there's definitely this sort of carbonated smell going on here. It's a little bit metallic, a little bit sour almost. So that definitely does come through. But on top of that, I'm getting peach, lemon, passion fruit, touch of lime, a little bit of grass. It smells very fruity, very sweet. And given that this is cream of galaxy, we know to expect those sort of citrusy, peachy, maybe a little bit of passion fruit flavour. It's all going to be very sweet and sherbety coming through here. So the flavour here is just sweetness. And that's the thing that sort of like throughout the entire drinking experience, you just get sugary, syrupy sweetness, and that persists right from the first sip right through to the finish. There's fruit amongst that. There's orange juice, there's passion fruit, there's a little bit of there's peaches and syrup sort of flavour to it, a little bit of what might be some sort of like slightly boozy spice, but it is not a particularly complicated beer. In its essence, it is orangey, peachy, slightly sherbety sweetness, and that's all there really is to it. The mouthfeel is a little bit creamy, so there's a little bit of body to it that makes it quite pleasant to drink, but it is still extremely sweet, and without any bitterness or any sort of herbaceous notes to balance that out, it's quite difficult to drink. Now, given that this can looks like a can of soup, I thought maybe I was missing a trick here in the way I was pouring it, the way I was drinking it. And so, well, let's just give this a go. Bon appetit. Now, is this a good beer for you? Well, if you've got a very sweet tooth, then this could be a good fit. It's got a lot of very sweet, juicy, fruity flavours to it. And if you are a real fan of carbonated beverages, a real fan of fizzy drinks, then this could be a good sort of step into the direction towards beer for you to try. This probably isn't a beer for you if you like your beers to be a bit more traditional, and it's definitely not one if you're looking for bitterness, if you're looking for a really punchy, hoppy beer. This ain't it. This is a sugar bomb, and for those people who enjoy sweet, sugary drinks, great. The rest of us may have to go elsewhere. But that's enough from me. What I want to hear now is, what did you think? Do you enjoy a Basqueland beer? Have you tried some of the other beers in the series? Are there other beers showcasing Galaxy hops that you think I should try next? Whatever your thoughts, let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, please do give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course go to brewreport.co.uk where I post fresh beer content every week. And until next time, happy drinking.